Igraspers, welcome to the first social distancing capsule of Igrasp. We realized that that's the need of the hour, and we are now bringing you news sitting safely indoors. So get ready and always step up. In today's capsule, we will be chatting about the 21-day nationwide lockdown in India, new Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Spain's king not taking his father's money, scientists in Texas have discovered a way to convert anything with carbon into graphene, Australian scientists are preparing food for astronauts. In rare but good news, the number of African rhinos is going up. And a lot of fun in our fun and facts section.
As you are all aware, last Sunday, all of India was under the Janta curfew. This was to help prevent the spread of coronavirus, as social distancing is the best thing we can do. People at 5 p.m. came out to their balconies, clapped and cheered to show solidarity with the tireless healthcare workers who are working very hard to combat the virus. While this symbolic show was uplifting, it is also important to remember to continue to be safe. Prime Minister Modi announced on Tuesday that the entire nation would be under lockdown for 21 days. So Igraspers, stay indoors and stay safe. Don't forget to have fun at home. Read a good book, play some board games, exercise and eat healthy food with your family.
While our doctors are bravely fighting the coronavirus pandemic, corporate leaders have pledged their resources to help fight the crisis. Vedanta founder Anil Agarwal has promised 100 crore rupees to fight the pandemic, addressing his concerns to what the virus could do to the poorest section of our country. Reliance Industries under Mukesh Ambani has also set up a dedicated COVID-19 hospital with 100 beds in Mumbai. We will need all the help we can get to combat this disease, and it is good to see big establishments contributing.
The Madhya Pradesh government has a new chief minister, and this time without an election. How is this possible? Well, in this case, the existing Congress government fell due to 22 of their MLAs leaving and joining the BJP. This caused them to not have enough seats for a majority, and therefore there is now a BJP-led government in Madhya Pradesh. The new chief minister is, well, the old chief minister before the election, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. After this topsy-turvy ride of governments, hopefully things stay steady now. Igraspers, thanks to technology, we can travel in spite of the lockdown with our international news segment.
In a flash news from England, the heir to the throne, Prince Charles, and the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, have both tested positive for coronavirus. They are both presently self-isolating for cure and to avoid the further spread of COVID-19.
Spain's previous king, Juan Carlos, is suspected of criminal activities such as corruption. Even though he helped the country move from under a dictatorship, he later began to neglect the Spaniards and focused on enjoying the luxuries of life. Recently, many people have begun to question the money he has in his offshore accounts. So when it was pointed out that Spain's current king, King Philippe, might inherit this money, he promptly refused the inheritance money. This was all done in an effort to make the royal family more honest and open. As the proverb goes, honesty is the best policy.
The coronavirus crisis has forced many of the world's most popular museums to temporarily shut down. Fortunately, Google Arts and Cultures has, in a partnership with world-class institutions, started offering virtual tours of more than 1,200 museums. Now, famous works featured at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, Musée d'Orsay in Paris, Uffizi Gallery in Florence, J. Paul Getty Museum in Los Angeles, National Museum in New Delhi, Art Institute of Chicago, the Tate in London, and other destinations are just a few clicks away.
In the science news from around the world, scientists in Texas, America have discovered a way to convert anything with carbon like plastic, food waste, tires, furniture, coal, and even trash into graphene, the strongest and thinnest material ever found. When the items with carbon burn or break down, they release carbon into the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide or methane. Both of these, being greenhouse gases or heat trapping gases, contribute to warming the Earth's atmosphere. However, the discovered process of converting the items into graphene keeps carbon out of the atmosphere. Isn't this a phenomenal discovery, Igraspers?
Australian scientists are cooking for astronauts in preparation for missions to Moon and Mars. The goal is to find a better way to prepare, store, and serve meals on a long space mission. They plan to send food samples to the International Space Station in September. The food will stay on board for a year before returning to Earth, where scientists will evaluate its long-term stability and taste using a high-tech electronic version of the human tongue and smell sensors. You see, Igraspers, it is so important to have healthy and nutritious meals, no matter where you are, even in space. Moving on to our exciting wildlife news feed.
Wildlife experts who work to protect threatened animals have said that the numbers of African black rhinos is slowly but definitely rising. The increase in numbers is a rare good news. A huge number of African black rhinos were poached and killed for their precious horns. The horns of the rhino are believed to have special powers and sell for an enormous sum of money in Asian markets. Governments and animal protection groups have taken steps to protect the rhinos. The numbers are better now due to stronger laws and more action being taken to make sure those laws are followed.
Due to COVID-19, there aren't many people visiting aquariums, but that doesn't mean that the aquariums aren't receiving any visitors. The Shed Aquarium in Chicago, Illinois, has let its animals wander and explore the aquarium for themselves. The animals get to interact with other animals that they usually wouldn't get to, and get to see love from the other side of the glass. The aquarium uploads these videos and spreads joy in these uncertain times. Who wouldn't want to watch a penguin meet a dolphin? Let's move on to some sports news.
The 2020 Summer Olympics to be held in Tokyo, Japan, have been rescheduled until the summer of 2021. The IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, spoke with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and decided that the spread of coronavirus poses a great threat to the safety of the athletes and fans arriving in Tokyo from almost every country on the planet. Thus, it was decided that the event would be postponed. The story of the week is now coming up next.
The coronavirus pandemic has taught us the importance of nature and our role in preserving it. March 21st is observed as International Day of Forests around the globe. All the nations around the world celebrate the day by promising to preserve their forests. Wales, in the southwest of Great Britain, is now working to plant a national forest that would run the length and breadth of the land with large-scale tree planting projects meant to restore natural Wales and fight climate change. The forest will also provide habitat for endangered iconic Welsh animals like the black grouse, Scottish wildcat, red squirrel, and the magnificent capercaillie. Also in line with nature is the European Tree of the Year contest. The goal of the contest is to encourage people to appreciate and protect trees. A pine tree in the Czech Republic, known as the guardian of the flooded village, has won the European Tree of the Year contest. The contest isn't just about beauty, size, or age, but about the tree's story and its connection to people. So, keep planting, Igraspers. Connect with nature. unusual times call for unusual ideas. Meet Zaisha, the birthday girl, who celebrated her birthday by hosting an e-party. She invited 13 of her friends online Google Hangout, and they celebrated for over 2 hours, playing games like Truth and Dare, 21 questions, and also cutting the birthday cake. Now, isn't that amazing?
Disappeared. You're frozen now. Now you're frozen.
I decided to thank all the warriors who are helping us fight coronavirus selflessly. Yarni, don't sit and do it, stand.
Woohoo! What a game!
Igraspers, let's play a game. Can you guess who? This Dutch artist is famous for his post-impressionistic paintings. He and his art were not famous during his lifetime, but his works were so popular after his death that a museum in Amsterdam is named after him. One of his renowned artworks was known as the Starry Night. Were you able to guess? It's Vincent van Gogh. He lived from 30th March 1853 and died on 29th July 1890. In his life, he created more than 2,000 artworks, including 860 oil paints.
It's trivia time! Did you know that France's most iconic tower, the Eiffel Tower, is named after the engineering company that designed it? The wrought iron lattice tower is 324 meters tall and is the tallest structure in Paris. The Eiffel Tower was constructed to serve as the entrance to the World Fair in 1889. Weighing over 10,000 tons, the Eiffel Tower has 3 levels for visitors, with restaurants on the first 2 levels and an observation deck on the top level. Igraspers, do you know the names of people who designed the Eiffel Tower? Send in your answers in an email.
Dear Igraspers, this week let's journey to the River Sea. Well, yes, that's the title of Eva Ibbotsson's adventure novel. The story is about an orphan British girl, Maya, who is sent to live with her relatives in Brazil. Not welcomed the way she hoped for, Maya finds friends in her governess, Miss Minton, and a native boy, Finn Taverna. She has the most exciting Amazonian adventure with her new friends. Has anyone you know been to the Amazon, Igrasper? Do let us know in an email.
That's all we have for you here.
Remember to keep your thoughts clear.
Thank you for being part of this weekly news wrap.
I learned, I gained,
I grasped.